If you feel like you go through your days just always in reaction mode and don't have time to do things like check emails or do administrative tasks, this video is going to provide some tools to help you feel confident about the tasks you choose to do while recognizing that you can't do everything. Hey everyone, Organizing Higher. Welcome or welcome back. I am wrapping up my GTD plus Todoist series. This is a 5-part series. If you haven't watched the first 4 videos, make sure you go there first and then come back and watch this one. So GTD outlines 3 different methods essentially for determining what to do when you're ready to engage with your work, which is step number 5. Each of the methods is really detailed, and I'm not going to spend this video talking about all of the details. I'm really just going to cover the basics. The first method is called the 4 criteria model, and I touched on this a little bit in my previous video on Reflect, so definitely check that out if you haven't already. So when it comes time to decide what to do after you've reflected, you want to look at basically 4 different areas. Context, which is the tool or the person that you need to do that task. Time available, energy available, and priority. And you really want to look at them in that order according to the GTD book. If you've already been following along in this series, then you already have all of these things labeled or in some way organized in a way that you've pretty much done the work on all of these up front, and then you can just decide based on things like your energy level and your context and the amount of time that you have, what you're actually going to do. You've done all of the work up front, so then the engage part is actually pretty effortless and easy. The second method is to think about the 3 different types of work. In GTD terminology, this is called the threefold nature of work. David Allen outlines 3 different types of work that knowledge workers basically have. Doing predefined work, defining your work, or doing work as it comes at you. Now, if you're anything like most of the people that I know that work in student affairs and higher education, you spend a fair amount of time on that last one, doing work as it comes at you. You wait for the email ping or the phone call or the person that just popped into your office, and you decide whatever they have just dropped on your desk is more important than whatever you were just working on. And you might do this for most of your day, and then whatever time you have left over, if anything, is what you spend on the other 2 types of work, defining your work or doing predefined work. And a lot of times that means you end up working after hours. As you're going through your day, think about the type of work that you're doing. Are you defining your work? Are you doing predefined work? Or are you doing work as it's coming at you? And try to see what percentage of your day is built in which type of work. You might be surprised to find that you're weighting one area more than the other, but as the GTD book suggests, all of it is your work. The last method is pretty complex. It's also the method that you're least likely to be doing, just because most people that I know don't think like this, myself included, unless you've read the GTD book and really internalized the methods. And this is the 6 areas of work, or the horizons of focus in GTD terms. In this model, there are basically 6 areas of your life, and you could think of them in terms of altitude. At the very top level, horizon number 5, we have life. The next level below that, horizon number 4, is your long-term vision. Horizon 3 are going to be 1 to 2 year goals. Horizon 2 is areas of focus and accountability. Horizon 1 is your current projects. And at the ground level are your current actions that you're doing, the granular things that you do day to day. Most people don't even make it above ground level, let alone think about things higher than ground level. I know for me, especially working in student affairs, we're very much about the day-to-day actions, and then maybe we have an annual plan, but there's nothing else really in between. So it helps to have a bit of grounding, no pun intended, in the work that you're doing day to day to see how it connects to some of the higher levels. Like I said, this one's pretty complex, so I'm not going to go into a ton of detail about it, and I'll likely do another video on this one. But the important piece to keep in mind with this area is there's no one area, there's no one level that's more important than the other. So when you're doing a task that at the ground level, you should also be considering how that impacts things higher up. That being said, if you have things just burning on the ground floor and you can't even get a handle on your day-to-day actions, you really want to focus there first before you even start thinking about higher level visions and goals and things like that. So that's the last step. That's the engage step. It's complex and complicated, but it doesn't have to be. It really depends on the complexity needed for your system. Let me know which method you'd be most interested in learning more about in a video: the 4 criteria model, the threefold nature of work, or the horizons of focus. Let me know in the comments below. If you found this helpful for you at all, please give this video a like and share it with other people that might find it helpful as well. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great week.